What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been about two. I got my suitcase on the side. Once I can get that out. Yeah, I got my suitcase there from Dubai. It's been a while. It's been about 2 months itself, because I got the whole Ramadan beforehand. I was away in Dubai and X, Y, and Z. But I'm back, and let's get cracking. So the first important thing, really. What's going on, Kenny? Crypto Wiz, I'm good, thank. Again with the uncle. All right, hope you're doing well. It's definitely is a long time as well, so I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for that. Let's get cracking. Just hit the likes, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see what's going on. So look, Bitcoin halving has been done. That's the main key thing. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin halving. For some reason on Twitter, right, it's quite bearish. I'm not too sure what's going on, why they're bearish as well. I mean, like, look, if I look at it this way, right, just keep it nice blank chart as well. I can see why they're bearish when they're looking at this high there, and we aren't able to reclaim this high. If we reclaim this high, bullish price action, then we're looking for higher price itself. But this is the thing is, right, if you recall going back a little while ago, Angelo, my man, we got Richard in the house, good to have you here. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself? Hope you guys all chilling out and enjoying this bull run we got, because we got 12 to 18 months to really fucking kill it. I mean, like, look, what we got here, right, Bitcoin halving. What happens in technically, well, fundamentally, Bitcoin halving starts a catalyst in regards to, you know, bullish market with BTC, Ethereum, and alts as well. So when you look at Bitcoin as well, like, we're consolidating right now. I mean, that's what it looks like right now. Just this area here is all in this consolidation, nothing too fancy. But we've done this every single bull run. I'll use the last one, and you guys can actually do your own example, for example. So the last run, so this was previous all-time high over here. Let me just bring this like that. Yeah, got previous all-time over here, right? And really and truly, to me, there was a range that we discussed, which was going to February's low to February's high. Okay, so I think February's high is around here itself, approximately. And you can see it's just a range-bound environment with some deviations on the upside and the downside, a bit of resistance over here before we blast off and go up for all-time highs and keep going higher prices, which everybody actually remembers in 2021. Now, going into the halving itself, right, it happened around May. Right, May the 11th of 2020, right? And where was May the 11th? It's just this area here, within this area here. So May is at the bottom right there, as you can see. And again, we have a halving. Like, we have the halving, which is on the 11th, which is this candle over here. This candle over here. All right, let me change the color. This candle over here. That here, this one here. Right, that's where the halving was. And as you can see, we've got a bit of a slow grind over here. So there's a range bound environment going on. I mean, like, if I were to pick it out, I'd say around this low here and this high here. And as you can see, we have a consolidation, which happened for how long? This is like May, so May, June, July. So you went from May 1 to 3 months worth of consolidation before we break out. And when we break out these highs, absolute confirmation for higher prices. And as you can see, consolidation, breakout, retest. And then once we reclaim that's high, that's your absolute confirmation for higher prices. Bob's your fucking uncle. Off it goes. That's all it is. That's really what the market has come down to now. It's just an area of consolidation which we've seen. I'll do one more. Let me, if I type in BTC halving dates, BTC halving date. Not 2024. I just want to see the previous ones. There's the countdown. Oh, history there. That was, yeah, May 11th. The last one was July the 9th, 2016 before that, right? So let's just use that one, for example. July the 9th, 2016. Where's 2019, 2018? This is going to, I need another chart. Another chart. So, no, not this chart. This will do. So, 2016. July the 9th, 2016. All right, again, as you can see, 2016's, no, I don't like this one. Wait, hang on a second. There is definitely one Coinbase. There we go. So let me just pull this back. There we go, July the 9th, 2016. So July the 9th was where? July the 9th is right here. Okay, it's just in this area here. That's where July the 9th. And we got consolidation here. You got this low here and this high here. In this instance, slightly different. Let me just move it to the center. so you guys can see the retest as well. In this instance, slightly different. What happened from July the 9th, we actually jumped backwards. But again, consolidation happened here for a number of months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before we had a breakout, retest, and then we play out to the upside. And then it starts the catalyst for 2017 bull market there. So that's all we're doing right now. So there's nothing much more to do. I mean, it's more sitting on your hands a little bit more, right? Until we finally break out of higher prices, right? So if I just bring up my chart, right? This was a range band environment of 2021's the first quarter's high, the first quarter's low of 2021. You got a deviation there, comes into support the yearly open, support, consolidation at the base. This is all just a deviation into the range, back to the mid-range to the range highs, and we're consolidating in this area here. That's all it is. That's all we're doing right now. So right now, if I clear this all out, using the same simple parameters, we've got a range band environment. What is it? It's this high, it's capping the market there, and this low. Swing high and swing low. That's all it is. So we're consolidating in this area here. Slowly, we're going to grind up, right? It looks like it because it's placed from high to mid, mid to low, low to mid, mid to, it comes into this order block there, finds resistance, resistance, back down to low, low, and come back to the mid-range, reclaim the mid-range, back to the range highs. If he wants to go back down to the mid-range, let it go down to the range low. We're buying opportunities in the range lows if it does break down below here. So that's all it comes down to. It's a range bound environment. So all we're looking for, just like the previous two cycles, delete this, is a breakout, right? A retest, and then once we break out the, whoopsie daisy. Let me just bring this over here. Range low, range high. Once we break out of this and any retests, that will be your final opportunity to actually buy decent prices on the retest there. A break above these highs, that's it. Bob's your fucking uncle. How high does this go? I don't know. I like to see 210k in my opinion, to be honest. What's going on? Let's play footsie. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you here as well. Evening to you there. So that's pretty much when it comes down to the market itself and what I'm looking for. Now the nitty gritty things, we'll get to that in just a moment. Okay. I do love my tea. Yeah, so the nitty gritty things we'll get into in just a moment there. So working at this area here, is there anything to be bearish? Like, just let's break it down, because I don't know why, like, we're so bearish, because we took out these highs, you're expecting for it to break down. Do you know what I mean? Is that the case? If we break down, like I discussed, off this range high itself, right? So you got this range band environment. If we lose this range low over here and makes new lower lows, and it retest, breakdown, this bearish market structure, send it down lower to around 45k, I think so. Makes a bit of sense there, in my opinion, as well. So that'll be again an opportunity to buy, in my opinion, as well. So if you want confirmation, it's a breakout above these highs, bullish price action, off we go. If you want cheaper prices and you think like you want to hold out and you're looking for lower prices, this will be the price action I'll be looking for the downside itself. But I've not seen in previous cycles where we've broken out a range itself to the downside. We've come into support, we've dipped quite deep into support, but we've not come into an area of like a breakdown or a deviation from that range itself. It hasn't happened. Like history, like history is your friend. Like it's gonna be like, it's like fractals basically, right? Where's this thing? I'm really missing all the time. I'll talk show. Yeah, hopefully we should come back with that as well, because I know Ghazi is actually in Dubai still, so he's back this week, sometime in the middle of the week itself. So once he's back, we'll discuss with him as well, and we'll get that show kicking off as well. I know we are pretty much excited to do so as well. It has been a while as well. I think Ramadan really took out it definitely took out a lot of energy out of me. I find it a bit really difficult there. Diana, how's it going? I miss you too as well. I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing well yourself. But yeah, going back into this, that's all it comes down to. Just a range bound environment to prove otherwise. I'm looking for the breakout to the upside. I mean, to be fair, right? I'll be honest with you. This has been a plan a little while ago, right? Back in May 29th, May 2021. So we're going about 3 years ago. I made this plan itself, right? Range highs, the same range. Range highs to range lows, comes in to support the yearly open. That's your 69k. Pulls back to like the 32k over here. Consolidation at the mid range. pull back to the range low, which will be 28k. The spring was your low, was at 15k, and then this is like the 27, 28k, 27 to 30k consolidation back into the mid-range to range high, and then this is the consolidation bit here. This is what we're facing right now, right? This is the last point of supply. Again, same thing. It's a range bound. This is the it just so happened this was actually the halving consolidation right there. So what you're looking for right now is holding this consolidation there, a breakout, bullish price action, off we go. Now, I reckon we go to 80k before we have a pullback for the retest around 73k. All right, so what do I mean by that, right? I'm going to break that down quite quickly. Okay, so I've got a range here. That's the, well, this is the 0. This is 0. That's 0.5. Right, and this is your 1, or your Fibonacci, right? And then this blue line here is actually my 1.5. Okay, it's an extension of it, so I'll just prove it to you. So that's 0. Is that right? No, wrong way around. Fuck off. God damn it. Sorry, guys. So that's 0 around here, and that's the 1. Double click on that, put the 1.5. The 1.5 comes around 78.7k, just around here. I've already done it before, 78.7k to be exact itself, right? So that's where I expect some sort of, so that's the range that we're doing the extension. So when we break out to this one here, the next area of resistance, right, in my opinion, would be, if I put up the 2, where does that come? I think it's like 94, 99, 95k. So around 95k. So it's like level to level. So you know what do I mean? So like if I draw this as the range low, that'll be the mid-range. This is like, I'm showing the preparation for the expansion to the upside, right? So that's the point for I think that's 0.5, 1 of the Fibonacci. This will be your 1.5, and then this will be the next area, the 2.0 range, right? So then what I'd expect it to be is something like this, right? Change the colors there. So got this consolidation, so something like, oopsie daisy, what the fuck is going on there? Yeah, so a bit of a consolidation over here. Once we break out of it, pushes up to the 1.5, retest off this area here, and then you're looking for bullish price action, play back into the mid-range, from the mid-range, bullish price action, keep on going, and then we're flying back to 95k. And then once we reclaim this level here, so if it does this, we'll do another extension of this up there. And that's how we're going to play it to the upside. Okay, that's really is how, like, I'm looking to play this out. I'll mix with another few things as well, but I thought I'd just pass that out there for you guys so you can mark out your levels there. Okay, it's Q1 low and Q1 high of the 2021 range. So if you want to do it on a separate chart, by means, you're more than welcome to do so. So that's pretty much the plan, really, truly speaking. You know, when I bring up the levels and that kind of stuff, when I'm looking at this, right? Now we just work out what we're looking at, to be honest, as well. So a few things, right? Number one, got a bit of a supply and demand over here. Okay, drop it down to the 4 hours, and this is actually, there we go. Right, what we got here. So I want you to focus on a few things. This line, this black line over here, that is the macro range high, so which comes around 62k. Okay. So that's a 62k. I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter. I've been banging on about 62k for quite a little while as well, and that's what it comes down to. We are playing between, this is the supply, right? I don't know which one it is. Supply demand was one or the other as well. But the last down candle there that pushed the market up there, and that's the last up candle here. So it's literally this candle there, right? And that's where we are. We are stuck in this area consolidation. What we had is a deviation, another deviation, resistance over here. Once we get underneath the demand area here, resistance, come back down to support, close below it, close above it, comes back for support, consolidation. We do a small deviation, and this is where it gets interesting. Not only do we a small deviation, right, he actually does a stop run. So if I just zoom into this, right, to show you this, there you go. So what you got is a deviation, pushes up, finds resistance at the supply area in that block, closes within the block itself, resistance, one swipe of stop run, and then it pushes up there. I actually had a long before I went to Dubai. I had a long, right? I forgot where it was. It's somewhere, wherever the long was. It was probably around here, some shit like that. It's all on Twitter anyway. And I had a stop loss over here. That's why I had a stop loss there. It stopped me out. I'm like, fuck. And then I mean I could have got in again, but if I put my stop loss here, I would have been stopped out again as well. And then it's all coming down to support there, and that's like for me right now, that's invalidation. So where we're stuck in right now, we're stuck within the supply and demand area. That's all it is. We're stuck in this area here. So now I'm working on the 4 hours, so we can actually work out like how the candles are looking like. At the same time, you see this high over here? That's a daily. Right, let me just pop up the daily and show it to you. That's the daily high candle, and as you can see, resistance, resistance, deviation, deviation, resistance over here, back down to the range to the range highs of the supply and demand, and then we get underneath it back into this range band environment there. So what we're looking for, right, is playing it within level to level plays. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so the first level you got is where we oopsie daisy. Yep, the first level we got, we're stuck within this area. Okay, so I don't like, it's quite close to the demand area. The top is supply, bottom is demand. Thank you. I've done this mistake quite a few times as well. She's always correcting me as well. God bless her too. So the top is supply. So it comes to the supply area, right? So we're quite close to the supply. Am I going to take a long? Fuck no. I mean, you could do so, right? You could do so right now with a stop loss here. What we've seen is history has repeated itself numerous times. We've done 2 examples there. And what that means is you got the consolidation, wherever the low is of the consolidation, which will be the stop run of this level here. I mean, within this area here, that's the range bound environment that we're stuck in for the halving one itself. This is my invalidation right now, right? If we do a stop run, I know that, I mean, if you want to keep, I'll probably say that's invalidation right here. It's just where my head is. You can just see it right here on that low there. That's where I would say the stop, the invalidation is completely here. I'm quite happy to go for a stop loss here, but you know, why would I be playing it, right? I mean, from here, if I enter here to stop loss there, knowing there's a supply and demand area there, which we can come back down, I'd rather look for a pullback if need be. I mean, I'd be inclined, personally speaking, to put half a position right now. I'm very, very inclined to put half a position now with a stop loss here, all right? Looking for targets is wherever the fuck it goes up as high as it goes. That's really where the targets will be. And like, that's like a dirty swing trade that I'll be looking for, more of a massive long term. And it's quite aggressive one, to be honest. It is a very aggressive one as well. What you're looking for now is working out what's the possibility. I mean, like, that's the 4 hours right now, and I'm telling you that you're safe. Sorry, you're not safe, I would say, but you're fine to go with a stop loss here as invalidation to play up towards the range high. It's like a 1 hour trade, to be honest, as well, on a swing trade. It's not really my kind of cup of tea, but I'll be looking for more of a, you know, like, reclaim this and then go up for the higher prices, and that would be like, you know, going up to 100k, 150, 200k. I would like to say 210. 210 is where I would like to see, but who knows where the top will be. That's possible. But if you want to play it more of a day trade, right, I'll be more inclined to see how we react over here. Okay, so if it comes back into this area there, breaks down, bearish market structure, I'm happy to go for a short back down to the midpoint between these 2 points over here, and then play it back. That's target 1. Play it back down to target 2 into this block over here, which is demand. Is it? Yeah, demand. Top is supply. Yeah, so back into the demand area. So just ping ponging it up and down. Okay, and then when it comes back down, let it do its thing, holds above it, take the long back into the mid-range to range highs. That'll be confirmation, and you're playing it within these areas here. That's one side. This is one range. The secondary range is on the breakout of this area here. So let it do its thing, right? Hold above it, so it gets above the supply area, yeah? Right? Because this was actually a deviation as a whole, resistance, deviation as a whole. If we reclaim this, then what am I playing up? Back into the SR level of this area, which is around 71.1k, call it there, right? And that'll be playing it within this area there, and whatever the deviation is, right? There's a deviation here, you can put an invalidation here, or you can put aggressive stop loss below the block of this, or the block here. That's what I'm looking at there, and that'll be one level there. And then the breakout, right? If you want to play the breakout to this one, then you can split this, right? So what we've done, we played into within this area here, and then we're going to be playing within this to previous all-time high. It's another one you can play. Again, flipping it up to here, playing for target into this area here as liquidity, and looking for liquidity at these range highs there. That's another play there. And then if it flips above that, Bob's your fucking uncle. off we go for higher prices. That's all it got. That's all it is when it comes to crypto, into Bitcoin. It's more just taking its time. I think it's gonna take its sweet baby Jesus time. I generally think that's what's gonna happen right now. Because if you look at 2016, what's going on? Piss and upon in. I hope I'm not butchering your name, brother. I don't know if that's your real name, but I'm gonna take it as if it is. I remember you though. I remember you. What's going on, brother? All right, yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all the play out for the breakout to the upside. And I fucking am, man. Like, I swear to God, the target for me on this upside, this play here, will be targeting that 1.5 level, which is 78.735. Right, that's what I'm looking at. And then I would like to see a retest coming back down from the highs itself. I'm giving the plans all of the fucking here, to be honest, as well. So, but I like to see this. Right, a clean close above, target here, and if it comes back down, take a little short back into the previous all-time high, and I'm ready to look for the plan to go for the longs again above this, playing towards 99k. That's really it. The whole plan is there. What's going on, man? Fucking 222 in Thailand. Oh, bless you, man. Yeah, Dubai was good. I was there for freaking, to be honest, right? I'll be legit in it. So, I want to go to Token 2049, and what happened was I fucking flight got cancelled, innit? 80k this month. Is that what guys are saying? 80k this month? I don't know. From a technical point of view, I can't say 80k this month. I mean, we got like what, 8 days left? Yeah, about 8 days left of 7. They call it a week left to go up to. I mean, it's not impossible. We've seen crypto going do stupid numbers, but it's not impossible. The only thing is that I have for me is, as we discussed the previous ranges there, when it comes to the post halving, it's gonna be slow movements, and that's why everyone's getting bored of it as well, because we've had just range band environment, but this is no different to when we had range band environment over here from December all the way going to February, and then we had the breakout again, another range band environment here from like April going all the way to fucking October, and then a breakout there. So it's no different there. I mean, does it do 80k? I don't know, man. I this month I don't see it's not impossible, but I don't see it possible at the same time. I'll be more focused on the level to level play, right, between where we're stuck at, right? So like for me, it's right now, as from a trading perspective, is literally stuck in this area here. Once we break out of that, then it'll be this, and then once we break out of that, it'll be towards that area here to these highs, and then once we break above these highs, then I'll be saying 80k's is on the table there. I mean, I'm saying 78.7k because that's what the Fibonacci is coming up to, but 80k and then wick down, pull down, whatever it is, maybe go to 79k, I don't know, but I'm going for targets level to level. What's going on, Ayan? How you doing? Walaikum salam, man. You still not? Where's your office, brother? Quite summer, maybe rise after that. Fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, you see, the thing is, right, you have to remember when retail steps in, that's when it gets a lot more crazy. Now, retail, the secret to this, right, is only going to be here, right? So I'll give you an example here. So that's the breakdown on Bitcoin, right? Go to the daily. All right, so let me just bring this up, and then let me overlap SPX, right? So retail, we're not in retail mode yet. So if you look at here, you know when retail is, look, like Bitcoin always stays underneath the SPX bounces off it, small deviation, gets above it as well. When Bitcoin overtakes the SPX, that's when I would say retail is in, because it's dumb money. What is retail? You know, like everyone says retail. They throw that name very easily, but what is it? It's basically dumb money. Money just comes in out of nowhere. I mean, the crypto market right now is at what? Let's go to CoinMarketCap and have a look. 2.5 trillion. 2.45 trillion right now. I think the all-time high was at 3 trillion, right? So the crypto market is going towards all-time high, previous all-time high, but it's still fucking, we haven't entered retail. Once Bitcoin overtakes the SPX and start, and then the SPX, right, is like underneath. This is the SPX, right, is underneath Bitcoin, right? That's when I would say retail's in. Until then, retail's not in. We got some time, so we got 12 to 18 months to really make the most out of it. And BTC has got a fucking load of plunkers. A lot of freaking a lot of move to the upside. A heck of a lot of move to the upside. And I know where I'm going to be selling, and I've told you this guys before, and I'll quickly recap that as well. But like once you just relax, just really truly, you have to just sit back, take it easy, and don't stress, right? So upset TA. What I'm doing today is BTC and Ethereum. Tomorrow I'm going to do the alt session as well. I'll do a bit of alts as well, cover some upset, Blender, AIX, a bunch of all the other stuff as well that I like. That I know most of us are in, and I'm definitely in as well. So that'll be tomorrow. Yeah. Retail doesn't think crypto is in this. Yeah, do you know what retail is right now? You got Kramer saying is bearish. You got freaking Peter Schiff going bearish as well. It's like you're hearing the same sort of story over and over again, right? So I'm not really too fussed about it, to be honest. In all honesty, there. So that's Bitcoin for you, all right? So Ethereum is an interesting one. Not this chart, yeah. Ethereum, we've got this range over here. I still got a long going on from this around over here. I still got this long over here with a stop loss there. That's my first long. I took profits at this area. I took profits over there, and I didn't take any profits at 75% there. But I've now, got my stop loss from here to here. All right, so this is a day swing trade. This is actually a 62R trade itself, and I shared this a long time ago when I did actually enter into them for longs. I believe, Kazi actually jumped in with me. We were speaking about this, and we fucking ripped this off there. So we're chilling on the longs on this one. But again, just like Bitcoin, right? Similar kind of scenario. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well with Bitcoin, we're above the yearly open. All right, so you can't. I mean, the market structure is still bullish. Quickly, just to end this out one more time. If I do like you got this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And that's higher low. This low doesn't get taken out. Becomes a higher high, higher low, higher high. I believe this could be the higher low in my opinion. I think that's could be the higher low. But if we break this low here, we get back below the range band environment, for example, and then, like I said, the bearish plays I'll be looking for is into 52.5 and coming back into 45k as a retest to the mid-range. And this is where we need to hold this level there, but especially maybe a wick into the yearly open, right, as a retest as well. But it needs to hold the mid-range, that 45k level. That's the bearish side I've got, playing it down within this range band environment there. So, but market structure is still intact in my opinion. So it is what it is looking at it now. Ethereum, we've got a range band environment similar to this, right? Again, above the yearly open is bullish. Below the yearly open is when you get bearish, right? So you got this high, you got this low, right? Got a deviation, come back down, find support the range low, does a deviation there, break this highs, back into the mid-range. Mid-range is all it is, just to retest the mid-range. As long as we hold the mid-range, it's like Ethereum, the way that I would get bearish, right? Just to be clear and frank about this, is that Bitcoin, Ethereum needs to lose this low here, because if this is lower low and that's a lower high and that's a lower low, we need to get down below here. And if once it does that, bearish market structure, right, I can play it back down into possibly the this 25% of the range, which is 2368, and then looking for yearly open at 2281. That's the way I would look for shorts. All right, so now that we've got the shorts over and done with, that's the only short scenario I've got. Nothing else. Other apart from that, if I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I can't be bearish on Ethereum. Now we'll get to alts in just in a second, and I'll get to EPTC and we call it a wrap. But this is all that it comes down to. We're in this consolidation phase, similar to Bitcoin as well. Like if you look at it this way, I mean, you can use swing high over here, swing high over there, and a swing low over there. And all we've done is a deviation of the swing low. It's like a 1, 2, 3. That's the 1. That's the 2. Maybe push up into this area here. Find resistance off the order block there, come back to the range lows, and this as long as we hold above this gives me a clear opportunity to enter in, and then with a stop loss here, and I believe that's the 2, and this would be the 3. Power drive it back up to $3,700 to this year's all-time high, and then we're looking for the range high at 43.72, and that'll be my swing play done and dusted right there. And that's what it comes down to with Ethereum. Now Ethereum is not doing much, right? So if you even go to the 4 hours, there's not much to play with. It's very, very boring. I mean, I haven't got anything. In my opinion, I would say just buy your alts. We'll go through alts tomorrow, but like now's your time, right? like if you're not into the market, you need to start thinking about getting into the market as well. You know, that's, I mean, like, again, non-financial advice, but again, like Kenny was saying, ETF for Ethereum in May, right? They're saying, I think the review is in May itself, but we've seen what happened with ETF and BTC. If you go back to BTC, right, what's happened with BTC from the moment of ETF talks and stuff like that? You know, like this is like 2022. Oh fuck this shit. Yeah, from ETF. Let me bring this up there. We're talking about ETF itself. You know, ETF, and then here is where the ETF consolidation was. And then we broke out of this, and then we push up higher prices there. Do you know what I mean? So, like we've seen, like when BTCs have that ETF, was it by the rumor, sell the news? It still is. If you look at it, it's like it was buying the rumor. Then we have the consolidation over here, and over here, BlackRock and all these other guys, White Rock, Grey Rock, and Grayscale. That's it, Fidelity and all them guys. They were buying Bitcoin. They were buying Bitcoin by the fucking dozens, man. Like a big chunk of number as well. So they're buying, and you gotta think about it this way: why would freaking the institution be buying if you're bearish? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Food for thought there. So, finish it off there because it's got cold now. But with Ethereum, that's really it. That's what it comes down to. Delete this shit. There we go. We're just stuck in this area here. So if I look at I mean, you could do a trend line here, for example, something like this, maybe like that, as a deviation, resistance over here. So let it do its thing. You know, maybe it pulls back down over here, and then once it breaks above, bullish price action, higher prices, that's where you can say that's where your long is, and your invalidation will be here. That's where you're completely wrong here. So I'll be looking to go for longs again if you retest this area there. I mean, like, to me, honestly, right now on the nitty gritty things, we're stuck right between these areas here. This is on the 4 hours. Hide this off. Excuse me there. So got this all the block right there. That's resistance, and this is support. Supply and demand, just again, same situation, nothing too fancy, keep it nice and simple. So if price were to come back up, maybe a spike up or whatever it does, breaks down, bearish price action, you can go in, stop loss below the highs, or this high, whichever is the highest point, play it back into the mid-range, play it back down to the range low. If you want to add further complements, what you can do is a bit of a trend line here. So something like this. Once it breaks the trend line over here, it's telling you that this, whatever the highs were, is your stop loss there to play it back down to this level here. And then from the lows itself, same thing, you bounce it back, let it do its thing, right? Hold above it, bullish price action, playing it back into the mid-range to the range highs. And that's what we're playing it within this area here. Just like BTC, same thing with Ethereum. It's a ping pong situation right now, okay? Nothing else. And then, once we break above these highs, because I mean, you can mark this as a SR. That's the swing low there, and that's the swing high there. Yeah, you can mark this as an SR right there actually. So let it do its thing, whatever it wants to do. Do a deviation, bullish price action. Once it breaks above these highs, you know you can go in, stop loss over here, play it back into the mid range between these 2 points over here. Right, fill out this fair value up there, and then maybe flips back up, retest over here, play it for the next leg, back up into this area here, and then that's how you play it level to level. Nothing else to it. More, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a bit slow, bit of a car movement there. Nothing more to it. I mean, like, we're at macro range, mid range, holding at support. You know what I'm saying? You can't really fuck with range. I think the mid range until we lose this lows here. Once we lose this lows here, different story. Then we play it back down towards $2,300. Right? But for me, again, going back into previous, how Bitcoin has been reacting in the last 2 cycles, what we talked about after the halving, it's more of a consolidation for the breakout to the upside. It's an accumulation in my opinion as well. But alts, right? Alts ain't gonna do that crazy massive rally until Ethereum takes out the all-time high. Once, let me bring this up down the daily. Right. Once Ethereum takes out this high, then we can start looking at higher prices, and EBTC will look fucking bullish for higher prices itself. And all we're going to do is, again, flip this range as well, look for the 1.5, and that will be where our resistance factor to take profits there. And we'll work that out when the time comes, when that happens as well. So quickly touch on EBTC. Right? It's a macro range, and all it is, to keep it nice and simple, all I've done is a range band environment here from this low to this high there. Okay, when we were consolidating in this area in the last previous run in 2019, 2020, then we had the breakout in 2021, went to the mid-range, and the mid-range act as resistance. You can see this is all a deviation, 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 deviation. It's all deviation there. So we are stuck between these 2 points right now. Once Ethereum, one second, I wanted to sneeze there. I feel like I want to sneeze, but yeah, once Ethereum actually takes out, like, you know, like the, so we're stuck into this area. Once Ethereum takes out the all-time high, and then what we're looking for is these deviation of the mid-range, right, the macro mid-range, to come as support, right? So something like this, right, as an SR point, because you see the SR is a deviation, and your confirmation will be once we flip this level there, bullish price action, make new higher highs, and then we go for this area here, this 9797, and then I'm looking at the macro range highs at 12260. Now 12260, I reckon is going to be around the top of the cycle itself, right? And then that's it's just a range band environment. Maybe we go a little bit higher itself, but I'm expecting some sort of deviation to back into this range itself. So that's what I'm looking for EBTC. So just like how we played it from range lows all to the mid range, once you break out this mid range over here, we're playing it back to the range high. So it's a long leg up there, if you ask me, in my opinion as well. It's a range band environment. All we need to do is reclaim this area here, reclaim the SR as absolute confirmation, send it up higher. Okay, so this will all become a lot more clearer after the when Ethereum takes that all-time high. Okay, any questions? Don't we see the same thing happening now in mid-range in 2022? What do you mean by that, Kenny? Ian, your office in Fort Dunlop. What did you do there, brother? I mean, even dollar index as well. I mean, the stocks is pushing up nicely today as well. So I had like this from like last month's range band environment. So this is last month's low and last month's high. I took a short with the Discord from here to down over here. Now it's doing a deviation. What I'm looking for tomorrow is any retest on the range lows. All above it, I play back to the mid-range to range high. And if the stocks is going up higher, that'll be fucking sweet. What that means is, like, if stocks go up, crypto goes up, and we're looking for dollar to go down. And you're looking at dollar, right? Dollar's at range as macro range highs there, right? So just like this was a deviation, right? That's the macro range highs. That's the macro range lows. We've been playing in this for about 16 months itself. So same range band environment. Yearly open hasn't been retested. What I'm looking for is a breakdown below here. If we get this down, back to mid-range, back down to range low towards the yearly open, and then what that means is stocks should be flying up higher. If stocks going higher, Bitcoin's gonna go up higher. On the ETH chart, not ETH BTC, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the ETH chart. So you're saying, don't we see the same thing happening now in mid-range in 2022? 2022. You mean Kenny? Do you mean by this area here? It's a bit like the opposite though when you think about it though, because you see how we lost the mid-range, comes a resistance, and then we do a deviation of it. It's a bit like that. Breaks of support, holds the support, there's a deviation, and then we look and see how this dumped, rally of a downside. All we're looking for is a break up to the upside there, because it's like when you're bearish, right, to give you confirmation on the reverse, exactly that. So when you're looking for shorts, right, you're looking for support to be broken. So like a trend line like this, once you get this low broken down, pulls as a retest there, absolute confirmation between this low here, you take the short back down to range lows, right? And that's how you're looking for support until it breaks down and then goes down lower. And it's the same thing in the bull run. So you'd be something like this. You got this range high over here, something like that, right? So resistance, and then once we break away, support and blast up to the upside. Just for that push. What do you mean, Kenny? You need to break it down, brother. Am I misunderstanding Kenny, or is anyone understanding him to break it down? I'm not too sure there. Oh, it's fucking finished. Like another cig. Yeah, we trade jam while consolidation. Got a good setup, team of 4. Always, yeah, sweet man, 100%. It's always cool, man. I think I'm not really understanding you, Kenny. I mean, maybe like to just like comment on the tweet below, of the show itself, and explain to me what do you mean by that as well, or show me an example. Then when I jump on stream tomorrow, on when we talk about alts, then we can just quickly just go over that as well. But yeah, that's my view really, really and truly as it is. And I've got nothing else to say apart from just fucking chill, and we're gonna fucking send this up a lot more higher. So just a bit of time. Just a bit of time, a bit of patience, and then once he goes... See, the thing is, to bear in mind, like in 2023, I was saying to you guys so how we are closer to the end than we are to... Oopsie daisy, where's it goes? Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Yeah. In 2023, I was saying, like, your opportunities to get 100x's was dead in it. And, like, you still have your opportunities right now. But, like, as the time goes closer towards the, to the end of the bull run itself, it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna like the ability to get 100x's and whatnot and higher slowly gets diminished. So like you gotta pick and choose if you want to jump into the market itself, because generally speaking, like spots are gonna outperform the leverage traders by a landslide. I mean, I learned it the hard way in 2021. I mean, I was trying to leverage a lot more than I was trying to like do spot trades itself, and like I made money on both sides here and there. You lose money, you make money, and all that kind of stuff. But had I actually hold on to on the coins, actually, I bought Luna at 30 cents, blood. Do you know what I mean? I started selling that shit at $1 onwards. By $3, I was out. That's a 10x, bro. You know what I mean? Do you know how stupid that is? If I held it all the way to like $100 or even $50, $100 is 300x. $50 is 150x. $30 would have been freaking 100x. That would have been my 100x target there. But you learn, you live, and that's what it is. So to me, really, it's like this cycle now is I'm a lot more prepared for it. I understand what's going on, and I'm just playing it slowly as well. So I'm not rushing into too many things. I mean, there's been some rugs out there. I mean, I was involved in TPU and Scale. I had a bag of that as well. And he'd been rugged at my fucking feet. So sucks ass. But that's the thing is, unfortunately, as well. It's again, nothing is going to be financial advice. But I should have done a better research. I fucked up. I really fucked up on that one as well. But it's like there's going to be plenty more. I mean, it's like meme coins. Meme coins are tricky, but people love it. You get a lot of money out of that stuff. But that's it for me, guys. All right, I'll leave you to it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. See you soon.